Ladies and the gentlemen, welcome to Full Circus, a show unlike any other show, but probably just like other shows, but that we don't know of. Actually, you know what? There ain't no thing like me except me, especially right now because things are a-changing. Okay, we got a camera on. Now, you might not be knowing this, right? You might be listening to the audio version of the podcast going, what? We do. Head on over to wherever you put video at, and you'll see there's a video version of the podcast for you to freaking feast your eyes on. Or, honestly, if I'm being completely truthful, there might not be. I just don't know. I didn't do a practice run. I didn't do a little precursor setup. I was like, hey, you know what? How many times have we had technological difficulties on the show? Let me add just a freaking another fact or another element to see how messy we can get over here at Full Circus. But we're doing it anyway. So if you see it, it worked. If you don't, it didn't, right? That's really how we like to live life in the fast lane. We just don't know what's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit confusing. It's going to be a challenge in itself looking at me in the camera because, freaking I'm liking what I'm seeing. A little handsome devil looking back at me. And but it's going to be hard for me to not get distracted. So it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve for both of us, but I'm feeling good. We got lights. We got lights over here. Look at this. Oh, it made it brighter. See, I don't know what it does. That makes it darker. And you like colors? We got two of them. We got blue and we got warm, but we're gonna keep it cool because it's cool blue. You feel me? Yeah. I wish I would have put up like some cool decorations or something back here in the podcast. Maybe some little dump trucks, spider webs, anything. But for right now, I got nothing. It's a spare. It's a voiceover booth, right? It's not supposed to be all decorated and fancy. So I'm sorry. This is just for the time being until we move and venture out into the real podcasting setup. I don't have anything to share with you, I guess, except I got a crutch here to set some of my microphone equipment on. Because I'm learning to walk, and sometimes you need help. You need help in here. So I got my little handy crutch here to help me get through this show. What's been going on, people? What's going on? It's been wild. It's been wild these past 7 days exactly. I feel like most notably I've just really been trying to find my comedic voice, right? And I just wish it was such a quicker way to distinguish this. This is going to be annoying. I hope you can still, I can't hear myself anymore. I mean, I can, in a normal sense. I'm going to have to keep this hat on because my hair is all over the place. But, yeah, my comedic voice, it's tricky. It's tricky to find. People are like, oh, it takes years and years. I'm like, dude, I want to know who he is now. I want to find that sucker. I want to talk to him. I want to freaking exchange words. And I want to work on the craft just a little bit, but he's not showing himself, all right? He's playing hide and seek with me. I can't find. I don't know what my comedic voice is. I'm gonna have to keep on working at it. But I've tried all the ways to do it. I freaking go Red Robin. He doesn't even say yum. That freaking little devil is not showing up at all. I'll say, hey, if I was my comedic voice, where would I be? Still can't freaking find him. So I don't know. I don't know. He's wearing a disguise. If he's dressing different, he's got a hat on, no hat on. He's maybe growing a mustache out, which wouldn't really do that much. A mustache, people might think, they're like, oh, the mustache is a great way to disguise yourself. It's not. The mustache is not a great way to disguise yourself. Maybe your freaking self-respect or your dignity, that's really all it's hiding. Or if you're like Elvis, it kind of covers the lip up a little bit, but the mustache is really just the basis of all disguises. It's like it's level 1. So if you're trying to hide yourself out in the world, a mustache is not going to get the job done. Like probably one of the weakest disguises is Superman's Clark Kent, right? He just has the goggles, and somehow that worked for him. But that he's not running around doing a mustache because that wouldn't work, right? Even Superman, with all his power and all his might, he could not hide behind a mustache because it's not doing anything for you. So I know my freaking comedic voice is not hiding behind a mustache, because I would know where he is. But I don't. I don't know where he is, and I don't know what he's doing, or what he's up to, or what he's trying to freaking make funny. But we're gonna find him. Rest assured. What else is popping off in the world? Man, this is really nice. But I got all dressed up, dude. I got all dressed up. I got my hat on. Now everything's backward. The freaking camera that I'm looking at is mirrored, so I'm trying to adjust my hat this way. It goes the other way, so I'm kind of thrown off. It looks like I'm just kind of learning to walk, hence the crutch. But it feels good, I'm looking good, smiles on point, everything looking nice. You think I didn't floss, huh? You think I didn't floss? You think I didn't come prepared? Brush my teeth, shower, shave, pop a mint, Because that's freaking camera etiquette. I don't care if you're on a Zoom call or not, right? That's etiquette. It's called hygiene, you creeps, okay? So if you're popping on, you get on FaceTime, I don't care where you're going, but take care of yourself a little bit, because if you're not doing it there, if you're not showing the respect to the lens, you're not going to do respect to the eyes or the nose of other people around you. But I try to do that. I try to make sure I take care of myself. This is a little bit different because, truth be told, the past few episodes I've done, I haven't had a shirt on. Now you might be feeling violated. You might be thinking back on some very particular episodes of the podcast and going, man, that was such a good moment, but he was freaking going bare gut on me? He was freaking rubbing tum-tum on the audio? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to freaking violate your ears like that or your experience, but it gets hot in here, okay? I might start sweating by the end of this. I have no idea. This is the first run. Again, we didn't warm up, we didn't practice. Everything's going out. It's a bit janky, but janky's my middle name. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, I'm sorry, but it gets hot. I do what I have to do, and I would get hot and tired and sluggish, and taking my shirt off, derobing a little bit, kind of get me. I start to freeze up. I get cold, and I'm like, okay, here's like some little pep in my step, and I'm ready to get back into it. And I think the podcast has progressed and done better because of that. So you're welcome, and don't worry about it. Going forward, I will wear some fabrics, right? I don't think it's wrong. But, maybe it's, certainly ain't right either. It is what it is. I had to do what I had to do to get the podcast going. What else is happening out in the world? Like, literally out in the world? It's storming so hard right now. Ohio's weather is so butt cheeks dumb, right? It's summer. It's July. And the forecast will say 7 days of freaking sunshine. Rock and roll, baby. Bring it on. Surfboards, tans, sunburn, anything else you do in the sun. I don't know. It's your business. But you'll look at that and I'll be like, hey, here you go. Have at it, baby. It's that summer weather. Go have some fun, kids. And then it's hot out this morning. I leave the house with shades. And then it starts storming, thundering. I can't even see while I'm driving, so I pop on a raincoat with shades because the Ohio's weather goes on, off, on, off, on, off. It's like the ultimate counterpuncher, right? If it's boxing, if Ohio's weather was a boxer, it's squared up, it's leaning in, baits the jab, you jab, Ohio slips it, freaking lean back, clock, counter hook. And we're knocked out because none of us see it coming. We all keep getting duped by the same stupid weather scheme. But none of us leave this place. I don't know why. It's like the ultimate wild card. You don't know what you're going to do every single day. So, Ohio's got to have some sort of magical or mystical pull, some sort of attraction or force that keeps us all here. Or it's just the land of low IQ, and we don't understand that we need to leave. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know what to tell myself. I'm still here. So somebody help me. Anyways, what's been going on for real though? July 4th happened. Hope you guys had a beautiful July 4th and Independence Day, right? Celebrate yourself. Light some stuff on fire, wave that flag high, and sing America's praises. Happy birthday, baby. we went to go see some fireworks, but we went to go see them July 2nd, and I thought that was a bit premature, we're not completely separated from Great Britain yet, but let's light some fireworks off. But fireworks, there's nothing more American than fireworks, okay? What's more American than lighting something on fire, launching it into space until it explodes? That's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. So we went to go see some fireworks, and people are really serious about their fireworks. You try and talk or say something, and you're like, hey, look at that, or whatever. They're like, shh, shh. You're like, dude, we've all seen these 1,000 times. The fireworks shows are rarely any different from the other ones you've seen, right? You launch it up, green, orange, pink. Hey, it's pretty cool. Shh, blue. And you're like, what? Like, people are so focused in on it, like it's the grandest thing of all time. Like, I get it, it's cool, but I think a lot of people take it way too seriously. And also, everyone's got their freaking phones out. Everyone's recording 20 minutes, standing up in the back. Who's going to watch 20 minutes of fireworks? You're going to send that to somebody? Or you're going to document it, put it in your computer, and be like, dang, can't wait to watch this for the first time, actually. 3 years later, dang, remember the freaking premature fireworks we watched? Those were kind of average. They were exactly the same as all the other ones. My entire list of fireworks that you're saving. I never got that. But you'll see, go to any fireworks show, and it was just July 4th, I'm sure you noticed it, but anytime it's there, everyone's got their phones out. So here's a little helpful hint for anybody doing that. You're never going to watch that. And if you send it to people, they're not going to watch it either. You don't need, just freaking be there in the moment. It's the same thing with concerts. People sit there not waving their camera, but they'll sit there and just record. It's like, oh, dang, can't wait to watch this later. I'm going to share this with people. It's like, dude, take a 5-second clip if you want. If you're like, oh, dang, share this with people. Oh, check it out. I was at this concert. Check it out. I'm at these sick fireworks. Because that's kind of what I did, I was, I had to use the bathroom pretty bad in the middle of the fireworks. And we were parked right in front of a Save-A-Lot. Which, by the way, Save-A-Lot's got some, you actually end up saving very little. It's got some pretty bad prices. So I walked in Save-A-Lot and I got myself a big thing of turkey deli meat. And I'm just chowing down in the middle of the fireworks because I'm like, oh, colors. Hey, that's pretty. You want some turkey? Shh. Okay. And I'm just eating my turkey like a freaking, what a weirdo. Like, what a little creep. Just sitting there in a lawn chair in a Save-A-Lot parking lot. Early on July 2nd, plowing down some freaking turkey deli meat, looking up at the sky. And I'm chugging some Gatorades, and I'm thinking, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom now. But Save-A-Lot's closed. So I go behind Save-A-Lot. And this was probably one of the most majestic firework moments I've ever experienced. Realistically, I keep talking about how average fireworks really are, but you might want to try this, what I'm about to tell you. So I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And it's a freaking little village of people everywhere. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom. So I go behind the building into these little woods. I go in there, and I unzip, and I'm in the woods. And I'm going to the bathroom as I'm peeing right there. I look up, and through the leaves, I see the fireworks. And for the first time, I'm really appreciating the colors and the freaking, how unique and special it is. And I'm getting emotional. I'm like, wow. And I'm going pee, and it's so dark and mystical. I'm just freaking leaking it out, a little piss right there. And I was going to the bathroom on public property, and it wasn't my fault. I didn't have a choice, right? It's not something I'm proud of, but in that moment, it's kind of like a moral write-off, Like I had to go. It was either that or we're gonna do that, and then the guys, everyone's cameras, they're gonna be like, oh, messed up. They're gonna be like, oh, dang, wait, what's going on over here? I'm like, sorry, I'm going to the bathroom. Shh. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so fireworks are wild. You gotta really appreciate them, and you gotta be in the woods to really, understand what they're all about. But again, stay off your phone, dude. Just freaking live, baby, live. Or watch this podcast while you're watching fireworks. I don't know, but it just seems it's such an odd concept, to just sit there and look through your phone to experience something that's actually right there in front of you. But there was so many other people don't even focus on it at all, too. Like there was a couple that was sitting there trying to they were posing behind the firework. They're like, hey, and they were trying to get the photo of the fireworks blowing up behind them, and they had this guy. I don't think they knew him. And he was sitting there for 15, 20 minutes, the entire duration of the show. I went pee, came back. He was still there. They were still trying to get the right photo. Okay, they're like, oh, and like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not good. That's good. That's not good. Oh no, other hand. Oh, okay, this makes no smile. Cool photo now. Okay, get silly. And then and the guy's like, dude, I just freaking, I just want to go eat some turkey with my boys. That guy's got turkey over there. He's living her life up right now. I'm taking photo of these little baboons, these little fools trying to get a photo of the fireworks. Dude, just crop it in. Put fireworks behind. And, yeah, they missed it completely. But I think they got some experience. I don't even know if they ever got the photo. Actually, I think we just left. And they were still there trying to, and they're like, oh, and they, like, just put some copy paper up behind him. Oh, and it just never worked out for him. That's America for you, though, right? We have a whole conglomerate of people, different interests, different ways to experience things. So it is what it is, really. What else has been going on out in the world? I've finally been dashing again. It's not the same though. It's not the way it used to be. Now that the world's opened up again, people are like, oh dang, I don't really care to order food. I think I'll go get it myself. I don't really mind stepping out my door and going to get myself some Burger King, but it's different. But there's still some meals. There's still some opportunities, some dashes. I was doing a dash for Taco Bell. I went Taco Bell and Burger King. There was two. Everything was just. It was one suspicious day, right? Like back to back to back. So I go to Taco Bell, and this guy orders it's like one taco. It's a little box, and I don't know what the instructions were, but when the guy gets it, he looks at the thing. He goes, "What?" He makes his face like, "Holy, what in the world?" And so he grabs handfuls of this flamin' hot sauce, dumps it in, mild, handfuls, just shoveling it in, like this guy's gonna commit arson or something. I don't know who needs that much fire, right? It's like he's more. He just keeps shoveling handful after handful, and then he closes it, pulls out another box, and then he puts the taco in that one. I'm like, wait, that entire box is just sauce? So he's got all this, and then he fills that box up with some more sauce too. I'm like, what? Who is this guy that he's getting only sauce right now, right? You freaking give that meal to the devil, and he's like, it's too hot, right? What the heck is this? Freaking fill with hot sauce. And the devil's Southern. The devil went down to Georgia. But I was just like, what in the world? Everything's just getting really suspicious. And people do get suspicious, especially around July 4th. And I to answer the end of the story, I don't know what they did with the hot sauce. I dropped it off. They drop it off my back door through this alley and just leave it there, walk away slowly. And I was like, okay. But yeah, people are weird. It's the moral of the story. But yeah, July 4th, people go crazy, right? Cops are all over the place. I was going through Burger King then right after that. I'm going through Burger King and there's a policeman in front of me. And I pull up, and this guy, the Burger King employee, he's like, man, dude, police aren't they just the best? They're the best. You're the best, man. He's yelling to the guy in front of him, the police officer. He's like, dude, you're the best. I love you. I love the police. I love the cops. Everything you do. What's your engine? What's going on under the hood, man? That's so cool. I love what you guys are doing. Hey, aren't cops just the best? Aren't they the best? Aren't they just the most incredible people you've ever seen? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, dude, I like cops, the police are great, but you're hiding something, dude, okay? Nobody freaking shoves their nose that far up someone's butt and just that happy to see the police unless you're hiding something, right? Who gets that far up, what is going on with this guy? And I was like, yeah, I get it. And also, he was talking to the police guy at first, and then he's trying to pass on the conversation. He must have been doing that to everybody. It's like, dude, what is this guy hiding over here? Did he order the taco sauce? What is going on? And I've gone around the loop. I had another order, came back around again. I heard him in front of another car saying, dude, he's like, honestly, I just don't know why people don't even really like the cops, because I love the cops. I love the cops. And he's looking around to see if there's another policeman somewhere, and he sees some other guy. Hey, I love you! Oh, the cops. Love the cops. Love them. I really do. I'm not. No. You hiding something? No. No. I love the cops. And I don't know. Like, none of these stories have a conclusion to them. It was just weird things that were happening in the same kind of story. And I was like, dude, yeah, the cops are great. Cops are great. And then, little did I know, my freaking license plate was expired. And I'm sitting around the cops, like, yeah, cops are great. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, cops are great. Cops are the best. Cops are the best. I don't have anything to hide. What do you mean? My license plates aren't expired? And so I'm sitting there, and I'm pulled up right next to a police officer waiting for some more orders to come in. There's a police officer right there, and I'm like, oh, dude. All right, but let me practice. Let me warm up. I love you. And I'm getting ready to try and talk myself out of this thing because he probably knows. And then guy comes, and he freaking shifts it, and he begins to pull away, and it's not a cop at all. It's a wildlife officer. It's freaking Zoo Patrol dressed up as a cop. And I'm like, what is going on around here in the city? One, this is just more suspicion. So what's happening? This guy pulls off, and he turns his lights on. He drives and he floors it. I'm like, what? Who? Someone must not love the cops or something, because they're actually in trouble. Us people who do love the cops, we don't get in trouble at all. And so he pulls off, like, dude, that was the weirdest thing ever. And at this point, I've had enough. I had enough of this whole freaking July 4th shenanigans, everything that's going on. I can't take anymore. So I started leaving home. I get a notification on my phone. And it's like, hey, there's bears running around in this little area. We don't get bears around here, by the way. There's bears running through the neighborhood. I'm like, excuse me? It's like, dude, where are the bears coming from? So now there's freaking squad cars. There's a police chase, but with wildlife officers, and they kind of look like bears themselves. They're bit pudgy. They got the whole beard and everything. And I'm like, dang, what the freak is going on, dude? And I still don't know. I don't know if they got the bears. I don't know if they got anything. I don't know what happened to the taco sauce. I don't know what happened to that guy at Burger King. So really what I'm trying to say is July 4th was filled with nothing but questions. Like, where's my comedic voice? I don't know. Like, everybody here was wearing a mustache. And they were hiding something. But we all saw through it. We just didn't know what they were hiding. But we knew they were there. And that's what's important, right? The most important factor to life is to know that people are... Are we good? Okay, I think... All right. We had some difficulties, but listen, this thing was never supposed to go off without a hitch, right? There were supposed to be many, many hitches involved, but I think we got away with just one so far. I don't remember what I was talking about. Something about knowing people and knowing that they're up to no good, and I've got an eye for that. If only I knew what I was talking about for real, though. I got a train of thought, and once you're disconnected from the train, you're just gone, right? And like, there goes you're sitting in the back of the caboose because you wanted to get a nice view of everything, leaving the town. Bye-bye. And all of a sudden, the train goes. I lose my thoughts. And I say, hey, I'm freaking waving goodbye to the front of the train. I say, that sucks. But there's just technical problems that are going to happen left and right, and I can't fix them. I can't change it. I can't change the past. It happened. But yeah, I don't know what else. I guess I can just keep on talking about how weird people are on July 4th. I saw two people just arguing in the neighborhood over nothing, I suppose. I was driving through there, and so these people, they were standing on opposite sides of a road. It's a back road, and it's super wide. They're both standing on the sidewalk. There's a white lady and a white dude. They both got dogs and way too tight athletic attire, right? It's just way too tight. Very form-fitting, but, it's not fitting the form that, whatever. And they're just yelling at each other, hey, what are you doing over there? I'm freaking walking my dog. What are you doing over there? I'm walking my dog. We're both rich and spoiled. What are we going to do? I don't know. And they're just yelling back and forth. I'm like, what is going on over here? Like, I was going slow, and I came back, and I was like, I can't even, like, they're not even, neither of them are making good arguments. They're just, like, complimenting themselves, but not even really digging. I don't even know what they're shouting. Maybe they were just hard of hearing, and they just had to yell. Maybe, like, for all I know, they could have been talking. Maybe they could have been friends, but they looked angry, but they could have been, like, how are you? How are you? I'm good! I'm telling you, I'm good, man! And they're like, oh, walking my dog today! How are you? I just said I was good walking my dog. And then, but I have no idea. But they looked so angry, and now I'm lightheaded. Yeah, people, freaking, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for white people in rich neighborhoods wearing way too tight things. What else? What else has been going on? I don't know. I really don't know. And again, my train. Oh, my train. It was a good. We had a good run, train. We had a good time. We traveled through many weird thoughts, many weird spirals of conversation, and I don't know. But as soon as that freaking technical thing happened, I'm out. So we're gonna end the podcast soon. Here in a minute, not quite yet, but like 5 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes. I don't know. And we'll get there. Because I do have notes on my phone, but it's hard for me to look at them with that thing on right there, that camera. It was dude. It's tricky. It's tricky because I can't really take some time to breathe, even more so, right? See, before I could do that, I could do this. If I was like trying to breathe, I go, oh, I cover my eyes and just breathe. And I'll go over here into the corner, I'm like, oh yeah, thinking about what's going on. Doesn't matter because there's no camera. But now there's a camera, and I can't do that anymore. So I really don't know. But let me just think, what else has been going on? What happened this past weekend, man? I was watching like some like serial killer documentaries, and I like to see what's going on. How they caught the guy. I want to see how they figured this guy out. And then what worries me sometimes is they really dive deep into. I don't need to know how he did everything per se. I just want to know that they caught the guy, right? I want to see the justice, the end. We're like, yeah, we got him. And a lot of times they go really deep and like, yeah, he was going through the bag. He had the cops all around him, but he was like, no, I love the cops. And they didn't find him. They didn't do anything. And then he freaking got all the hot sauce in the world, and he killed so many people. And then I'm just like, dude, what? I think it's like, some of these documentary series feel like 5-step programs on how to be a serial killer. It's like murder mystery, but without the mystery. It's just, here, you want to commit murder? Here's how the pros did it, right? It's like they wrote an ebook, right? It's like the serial killers are gone, but it's like they get their own little tutorial guide they get to hand out to you, to these people, these wannabes. And they're like, oh, okay, doing the hot sauce. I got it. Okay, when the cops come, you pretend you love the cops. Okay, let a bear get loose. Pretend you're just a rich white snob. And make sure it all happens on July 4th. And it's just it's just kind of wild. And I feel like some of them just go way too deep. Like, you could kind of replicate. It's hard because today we do have a lot of technology. There's people around. And, it's harder to get away with things, right? Unless you're, like, peeing in the woods. Then you can do it if the fireworks are loud enough and, you're in a disclosed area. But some of these, they really are like little handbooks, little 5-step. If you want to be a serial killer, just follow this 5-step handbook. So step 1, you're going to want to disguise yourself properly, not mustaches, because as we learned that mustaches are not the best way to disguise yourself. So what you're going to do is get a basic disguise. At least some glasses, something like that. Pretend you love the cops, get the hot sauce, let the bears loose, go your white, then kill a lot of people. Yeah, it's like, oh, dang, he slipped through the window. He went in through the night. He attacked on these days because the cops weren't paying attention. And, he found here. They noticed that the cameras don't work right there, so he slipped under. And people are like, oh, wow. So the cameras, I'll take notes. I think it's a bad idea to kind of train these guys, these serial killers in training, or anybody who just doesn't, have a good, moral conscience, anything holding them back, really. So I'm kind of nervous about those. I watch those and I'm like, wow, at least they got him. And I'm like, well, what's going to stop? They take precautions? Do they fix these things? Are these people not, slacking off the way they were before? Are they changing their routines? Because there's so many things that go into these serial killers are smart, right? They go into they know how to sweet talk. They know how to get out. They know. I say sweet talk, but just saying, I love the cops, I love the cops, I love the cops, I love the cops is not the best sweet talk, but it works. It works for the Burger King guy. And I don't know, man. I know there's some people out there. Watching those Netflix documentaries and going, hey, I could do that. I say I could pull that off too. And you're like, no, don't. Why? Delete. So be on the lookout and be wary of these freaking 5-step program people of the night. All right, that's all I got to say for now. For this episode, I feel like everything's kind of like getting a little glitchy, and I finished my segment, right? And I don't have any more notes. That's really the main reason. I'm out. Just kidding. I gotta say, hey, bye. Oh, crap. I have to go do a chore anyway. Not a chore, but I gotta go buy something from somebody. All right, I'm